Hello, and welcome to Easy English. My name is Emma, and today I'm going to tell you a special story. My first day at college. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast if you want to hear more real stories in simple English. It's a great way to practice your listening skills every day. Okay, let's get started. The next morning, my alarm rang loudly. It was finally time. My first day. I wore a blue shirt and jeans, and packed my bag. Notebooks, pens, a water bottle, and a small snack. I looked at myself in the mirror. I looked ready, but I still felt a little unsure inside. My mom made me breakfast, toast and eggs. She gave me a hug and said, "You'll be great. Just be yourself." I took the bus to college. It was full of students. Some were laughing, some were quiet like me. I sat by the window and watched the city go by. The sun was shining, and everything looked fresh. I was still nervous, but I felt a little better. It felt like a new beginning. When I reached the college gate, I saw so many students. The campus was big, with green trees and tall buildings. There were signs everywhere. Welcome new students. Orientation today in room 204. I followed the signs and found the room. There were around 50 students already sitting. Everyone looked different. Some were smiling, some were serious. I sat near a girl who had curly hair and glasses. She looked at me and said, "Hi, I'm Sarah." I smiled and replied, "Hi, I'm Emma." That simple hello made me feel much better. A teacher came in and welcomed us. He said, "College is not just about studying, it's also about growing, meeting people, and learning about yourself." He told us about the college rules, the schedule, and the campus map. I took notes and listened carefully. Then we had a campus tour. We saw the library, cafeteria, gym, and classrooms. Everything looked exciting. At lunch, Sarah and I sat together. She was funny and easy to talk to. We talked about our favorite movies and why we chose this college. Soon, another girl joined us. Her name was Lena. I was already making friends. After lunch, we had our first class, English. The teacher was kind and energetic. She asked everyone to say their name and something interesting about themselves. When it was my turn, I said, "My name is Emma, and I love writing short stories." People smiled and nodded. I felt proud. The class was fun. We did a small group activity and laughed a lot. It didn't feel like studying. It felt like sharing. After that first English class, we had a short break. I went outside and saw many students standing in small groups, talking and laughing. I stood under a tree and looked around. Sarah saw me and waved. She walked over and said, "Want to come meet some of my friends?" I nodded and followed her. She introduced me to two more girls and a boy. They all smiled and said hi. We talked about our favorite subjects, where we live, and what we want to do after college. One girl wanted to be a doctor. Another wanted to become a fashion designer. I said I wanted to be a writer. They were surprised. "Wow, that's cool," one of them said. That made me feel more confident. Soon it was time for our next class, psychology. The classroom was big, and the teacher used a projector. She showed us pictures and asked us questions. It was interesting. We learned about how people think and feel. I had never studied that before. At the end of the class, the teacher gave us a small homework task. We had to write one paragraph about ourselves. I actually felt excited to do it. After that, I had one more class, math. Math has always been a little hard for me, but the teacher was patient and explained things slowly. He even made jokes. That helped me relax. The best part? We didn't have any homework from that class on the first day. After the last class, I went to the college library. It was quiet and peaceful. I found a desk near the window and sat down. I opened my notebook and wrote a few things I remembered from today. The names of new friends, the rooms I visited, and how I felt. I didn't want to forget. Then I sent a message to my mom. First day was amazing. I made friends. I love college. She replied right away. So proud of you, Emma. That message made me smile. I stayed at the library for a while, just reading and thinking. The sun was slowly going down. Everything felt calm. I looked around and thought, this is the start of something new. And I'm ready. Thank you again for listening to my story. If this reminded you of your own first day at school or college, I'd love to hear about it. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're listening on YouTube or Spotify. And come back next time for more simple English stories with me, Emma, right here on Easy English. Take care, and bye for now.